Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and in this video I want to talk about arrays and slices. And again, this is just another area where kind of Go gives you some flexibility to do things one way or another way, instead of having to try to figure out how to do everything in one sort of paradigm. Because oftentimes in a lower level language, arrays are of fixed length. You have to actually declare how many sort of spots you have in an array. An array is a collection of data. Okay, so let's just give you a couple examples. Okay, so let's try var myArray1, which is going to be an array of 3 spots that holds integers in those spots. Okay, so that's what this line means. Okay, I am declaring my array, and now I can actually go now I can be like my array in index 1, or actually even assign index 3 right away, because again, well, index 2, so basically I'm saying I have 3 spots, but the index always starts with 0, so it's 0, 1, and 2, so I can say 0 equals 5, but if I try to go beyond that, I should get an error. So my array 1, if I go to index 3, which would be the 4th spot, but I said there should only be room for 3 things, it shouldn't allow me to assign anything to sort of the 4th index. Okay, so this should give me an error when I run into that assignment of 6. Okay, so you see right there, out of bounds for a 3-element array. So I can only assign things into index 0, 1, and 2, the first 3 spots. So that's annoying, but let's first, before we get into how you would work around that, let me show you the other way you can create an array. You can also define it implicitly. So watch, like I use my implicit assignment operator. Okay, my little walrus, and what we do is we'll say an array of type int, and then we use curly brackets, and we'll just put 1, 2, 3. And since there's only 3 items in this curly bracket, it automatically assumes that this is an array of 3 integers with a max 3 spots. So if I were to go my R3 again, the 4th spot, and try to assign something to the 6th spot, I should get the same error again. Because even though I never specified the exact size, it inferred the size from the data I passed in. Okay, so let's see here. Imported and not used, so it's just complaining about functions. So I'll just comment that out for a second. Okay. Let's see here. Yep, runtime error, index out of range. So again, can't do that. Good. Cool. So what they did is they created something called a slice. Okay. And what a slice is, it's like an array, but really it really represents a slice of another array. So it's like a picture, a pointer to values in another array. Now if I want to create a slice, then what I can do is I can do this. I can do var my slice, which is going to be a slice of type integer. So I don't specify a size, and what it does, it creates a slice. And what a slice is essentially, it's really a pointer to the entirety or to a portion of an underlying array. So essentially what it's going to do, it's going to create an array that I can then, but again, this my slice variable is really just a pointer that points to that array. So I can now, let's do some stuff. Let's try assigning something to index 0 will equal, let's say 5. Let's say my slice index 1 equals 6. Okay, and let's see what happens if we then print my slice. Okay. And the thing is, you still get index out of range because it doesn't magically just create a new spot in the array. It's still sort of, in this case, it just kind of created an array with the 0 length. So what I need to do is where we can use the append function. So the way I would do this is I would go, okay, I want to add So I have my slice, and I want to append 5 to it, so I would do append. Put the name of the slice, my slice. And we're going to append 5. Okay, then we will do the same thing again. Append my slice. And we're going to append 6. And essentially what it's doing is creating a new array with the existing values plus the new value, and then we're making the slice, that same slice, point to that instead. Okay? Append my slice. Evaluated, not used. Oh, that's right. I gotta actually assign it to something, because it just returns the new slice. It doesn't. So I gotta be like my slice equals my slice equals, because I could assign it to a new variable if I wanted to. But it basically creates a new slice, so I'm just replacing the slice, which now has the additional element. And there you go. So we'll see here now we have an array of 5 and 6. That slice is pointing to. Cool. I could also use a slice to slice a portion of another array. So first let's create an array. So first we'll create my array, which equals an array of type integer. And it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I want to have a slice, my slice. And I got to make sure I put the walrus teeth there. Okay, my slice, which is going to equal a slice of my R, but it equals only the slice between index 3 to 6. Okay, and then we will print my slice. Still doesn't like that, so let's find out why. What's it? Oh, because I haven't used the variable yet. So we will print my slice. My slice. Okay, and let's see what we get. Okay, you can see, because it goes from index 3, which is really the 4th spot, goes 4, which is 3, 4, 5, but not including the last spot, 6. Okay, so I get 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's see what happens if I change, if I were to manipulate my slice. So if I were to go take my slice and edit the 2nd spot in my slice and make that equal 7, so technically that should be 4, 5, 6, so that should be 6. What's going to happen is that my slice will change. So my slice will be 4, 5, 7, but the original array should also be have the 7 changed. So it'll become like 5, 7, 7. So we'll print my R. Why? Because that slice is pointing to the original array. Okay, so you see here, 5, 7, 7. Okay, so a slice really is a pointer to another array, which is the sort of what makes it dynamic and flexible, because you're not working with that same array. If you wanted to extend or shrink the length, all you're really doing is creating a new array and having that same variable point to that. But it gives you some more flexibility, kind of like in JavaScript where you have like arrays which can have any kind of length, and you can just kind of add stuff and really have some fun with it. So this gives you a little bit more flexibility in working with arrays than you would otherwise have. With that, I think we are good for this video. We've talked about slices, we've talked about arrays. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.